I'm just so excited that we're going to talk today about the 6 keys to finding your life's work when a successful career and security are simply not enough. And who am I? I'm Anastasia Tripolskaya. Hi, everyone. And I am a creator of a Find Your Life's Work self-discovery program. I am, as I said, a career clarity, life purpose, and business growth coach. And for over 10 years, helping others figure out their life was my big passion. It was something that I've always done as my side thing, as just naturally. It would happen in my life. I would meet a stranger and we would start talking, or I would talk to my friends and my clients, and somehow they would just create more clarity in their life. And I saw that this is just the way I'm made. This is what I'm made for. I want to help others. And so along my journey, I get trained and certified as a solution focused coach with Ericsson International, which is one of the global leaders in coaching. And this happened only after I discovered what is it that I truly wanted to do in life, right? And long story short, I'm not going to go in all details, but I have actually worked in corporate world for a few years, and I worked for a very large consulting company that helped Fortune 500 corporations with marketing strategy and digital transformation. And I was quite successful at that. I truly loved many opportunities to learn and grow and apply my skills. But I also felt like I was put in a little of a box, and it was limiting to me to actually maximize my potential through helping some organization make millions out of other millions that they have. I wanted to help more directly. I wanted to talk to real people, to real leaders, and help them scale their impact rather than do it on a grant level, while feeling like I'm just one screw in a giant machine. And for some people, that is the past. For some people, we find ourselves in a setting where we actually well put where we are and we can do so much. For me, it wasn't the past. I felt like I needed something more, and my voice was telling me I had to jump and start my own business, which I did. And before we dive right into the content of this presentation, I want to tell you that maybe some of you are feeling that you also have this job. Like I had a really successful career. I was making pretty good money. I was able to save some money to actually now being able to leave the corporate and do what I love. But maybe on the outside, it looks amazing. But inside, you truly know you're meant for something bigger. I definitely felt this way. And I felt like it was time to actually make the jump. And so when at a time like that, it's really important for you to actually find your clear vision. And not just a vision of, oh, I want to go a certain way, but a vision that actually inspires you to take action. A vision that allows you to focus on your passions and purpose. A vision that helps you to utilize your unique talents and make an impact by being your absolutely best self. So you would be the leader and sharing your gifts and connect with people in your own way. So that kind of vision we're talking about. And the truth is, you don't really need to wait many more years for that to find your life's work. Some people think, okay, maybe it's never meant to be, maybe it's going to take me 20, 30 years or even 5 years. In reality, you don't really have to wait that long. You can apply certain steps and actually start thinking about it much sooner. And first of all, to get going, all you need is, of course, to just decide and commit to discover your calling in life, right? You cannot actually find it until you want it. And some people will tell, well, but I kind of accidentally step into this. And that is beautiful. That is a privilege of some people. This is maybe luck, or I actually don't believe in luck. This is meant to be. But some people will find it in their natural way, but there's no guarantee, right? And so this webinar is about ways for you to actually do this in a more controlled way, so you will feel more confident. So my promise for you today that I'm actually not planning to sell you anything on this webinar. This is just for you to learn and maybe apply certain strategies in your day-to-day life. I also have a special gift for those people who will stay until the end. And many people took advantage of that in the past. I really hope some of you will do too and actually enjoy the benefit of that. So let's talk about who this masterclass is for and who is it not for. Well, some of you are here because maybe you're afraid about the changes in the global economy and you think that they may hit your job as well, or you just want to have a feeling of security inside that you, when I was writing a title for this masterclass, all of this didn't even happen yet, but now it's is as needed as never before, I think, to actually start thinking about who you are truly. How can you earn money while actually also being happy, right? Um, Maybe you feel limited and unhappy in your career right now, and you came here because you want to have that inspiring vision for yourself. And your current situation, it may seem great for others, but truly, deep down, you know you want to be free. You want to be your happiest and most impactful self. You also see an opportunity for others, for yourself to self explore right now. You know that this is a chance of your lifetime potentially. Maybe now because you kind of forced to adjust and spend more time at home, maybe read more books or just take some online course or whatever. Maybe this is time to actually pause and think, who am I? Why did I come here on earth? What is this situation forcing me to do, right? Maybe you desire to create more fulfillment, more meaning, and more alignment with your calling in life. And truly, you also know that if only you were given a chance, if only you were able to actually figure it all out and come into the right place at the right time, you would be the leader. You would take charge. You would just shine. And I'm not talking about just leaders who are this incredible, like, I don't know, managers and CEOs. Not necessarily. You can be a leader of your life. To lead means to inspire others and to share something that is changing their lives. That kind of leadership I'm talking about. And you may be the person who is dreaming to be completely free and truly enjoy what you do. So you might want all of that, right? But there is some problem, and that problem is lacking a working system to actually find your life's work and do it confidently without actually jumping between jobs, because so many of us get stuck in this place of changing one opportunity with another opportunity. And all of that happens because actually along the way we haven't even discovered what is it that we truly want, not just what's convenient or what's available, but where ideally you want to get in a couple of years, in a few years, maybe in a decade, right? So now I want to take a little exercise, do a little exercise with you, and ask you to think about the time when, let's say, you have already figured out your vision in life, and the vision that's aligned with your purpose and passion. How could your life look like if you'd make it happen? I want you to just sit with that energy. And maybe let me know in the chat, how could your life change? What would be different about you, about the way you show up in the world, about the way you feel from within? And while you guys are thinking, I'm going to tell you that some of you, oh, I'm seeing some answer. Let me just go back. Meaningful work that is also profitable. Yep, exactly. I need purpose. Haha. I have to work hard to get an education I need. Well, sometimes, yes. And we need to be strategic about that. This is good to have a plan in order to get to where we want, for sure. And so some of you are thinking, okay, if only I would be able to figure out my vision and know what I truly want, I would be able to reconnect with my true self. And I say reconnect because you guys all at some point of your life knew maybe what you wanted. And maybe even now you do, but you're afraid deep down, right? But when you're afraid, you're not fully doing what you truly want, right? So reconnecting and being your authentic self, having a clear sense of direction, waking up in the morning and knowing confidently, okay, this is where I'm supposed to go and I know how to get there. Also feeling highly motivated, even when things get tough, even when you feel like giving up and just so many challenges that are happening and everything is against you. You feel like, no, I'm going to keep going and continue no matter what. You would also be able to impact more people and also doing it with the best sides of yours. What else could happen? You would do more things you truly love, for sure. You would enjoy your life a little bit more. You would start loving Mondays. I really love when people say, oh my gosh, I can't wait for weekend to end. I want to get going. And for some of you, that looks like a fairy tale. It looks impossible because you maybe are in a mindset right now where Friday is your favorite day because, hey, 2 days a weekend happening, right? But no, people who have found their calling in life, they absolutely love their work days because they just enjoy what they do, right? And this is also an opportunity to just save yourself 5 to 20 years of painfully trying to fit a square into a circle or triangle. And I really like that phrase because so many of us are put in a job where we're not really meant to do it. We're kind of like, we might be okay with that, like we have skills. Yeah, it works fine. But we know like we have so much more we could be offering, and we would be just doing it with much more energy than this kind of boring job. And this is what I'm talking about. This is not for some people who think that I'm going to just give you a quick answer or that magical solution, right? That press that magic button and figure out immediately everything. No, there is no such magical answer. This requires time and energy investment into doing this work. This is a journey. This is a process of self-discovery. And it starts again with just committing to actually start and figure it out, right? It's also not for people who don't believe that they are 100% responsible for their own happiness and success. All of my clients, I teach them starting day one that in order to be happy and successful, they need to want it and say, okay, I am going to make myself that. And they can start being happy anytime they want, but this is a mindset, and it's a big mindset shift, right? They can create all of that themselves and not wait until some Santa Claus is going to come and give it, or which may never happen, right? So, but why me talking about this subject? Well, about 8 years ago, I was still living in Moscow in Russia. As you can hear by my accent, I'm not American. So about 8 years ago, I was in Moscow, and I felt like the education I was getting, I was studying marketing, wasn't really fully uh, amazing and giving me all the opportunities I wanted at that time. I felt like I'm just, I don't know, limiting myself. And it was a fun time, but also a time of realization that I am actually supposed to doing something more. And so at that time, I realized that I had two choices. I could make a jump and go after my big dream of creating an organization one day that's gonna transform people's lives. And it's a long, long way. And now I'm finally doing this after all those years. Or I could just stay where I was. And I just explored my options. And as you can tell, I decided to make a switch. And that only was possible because I even saw what I wanted, right? Some of you don't even know what you truly want. But for me, because I knew what I wanted, and I had a kind of an idea of that, I was able to come into the US. And to explain you the magnitude of that decision, so I was a professional tennis player. And by the time I decided to come to the US, I already finished with my career. I decided, okay, I'm not going to do this because it's just not going to give me all the opportunities I want in my life. And to come to the US, I had to come back to tennis after some big break and get a scholarship at the university and actually play tennis in order to just be able to even afford to get the degree I wanted at the business school at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And this school opened me an opportunity to come to Silicon Valley and work in product management for a giant technology company, Intuit. And what the product managers do, all they think about is a roadmap, a plan for future, to think about what do customers actually need, how can we solve their problems better, and how can we plan to create that opportunity for them. So it's a really strategic role. And this, as you can tell by my talk, I'm a big strategist, and it's all I want to share and talk about, right? How to be strategic. And then I got into consulting, where I work with large corporations. And as I said, it was a great place to learn skills, but it wasn't a place for me to stay forever. I felt like I needed to create my own path. And I just want to help others now to do the same. Along the way, I also got married. And I want to mention that because in corporate, I worked crazy 60, 80, sometimes 100 hours. And I don't know if some of you guys are from corporate world here or just have other big time commitment. And you know what it means to just work nonstop. And I also traveled for like Monday through Thursday almost every week. And 1 year it was 48 weeks out of 52 weeks. And of course it was really hard. I just saw that my relationships with my husband got harder, and I just couldn't imagine doing this forever. It just wasn't possible for me, and it wasn't sustainable. I want to have kids soon, right? And this wasn't the path. So I decided to make a switch, and along the way I also got certified as a coach. And so, but why speaking about life's work? So seeing my purpose clearly helped me get to where I am. I also want to tell you that I built a systematic approach to achieve clarity when I need it. And now I just want to share it with other people. So enough about me. I want to share some big discovery that I made on my journey and by working with my wonderful clients. And so the two most important qualities that differentiate visionary change makers, if we come back to the topic of this presentation, um, that differentiate visionary change makers from professionals who never commit to their dreams. So the first one is actually clearly seeing who they are, why they exist, what is it that they truly want, and how they're going to achieve it. So like what and the how, the plan, right? But not only they see it and know it, they also align their actions with that understanding. And this is a tricky part. So many of people, and maybe some of you on this call, know what is it that you want, or maybe have an idea of that, but you don't actually do it. You don't actually follow through. And this is where the problem starts, right? So not only knowing is enough, you also need to start doing something. And I want you maybe to take a screenshot of this slide or just remember it. I want you to realize that everything is possible if you just put your perspective into a working plan and then start achieving it, actually. As simple as it sounds. And this is possible for you regardless of the field of work that you're in, by simply following a few principles. And so before we go into the 6 keys, this is the last slide, we're going to talk about the mindset of a visionary change maker. So this is a person who knows that they can always change strategies and tactics. They can do it all day long, but as long as they stick to their mission, they will be successful. And I'm saying that because people who have found their mission or their purpose, right? These is people who don't change it every day. If it changes, if it keeps adjusting, maybe it's not the final version of it yet. Maybe you're still exploring, and it may take years, and it take some time, of course. But you will always be tweaking, just as right now, right? Hit by news, so by all of this virus, we all trying to fit in and do something that's gonna help support our families, right? So this is strategies and tactics to survive, to actually be here. But if you have a bigger goal and mission, you will power through this time. You will know that no matter what, you have a bigger message, bigger calling to bring into life. Now, the other tip for what kind of mindset you might want to have is putting 80% of your energy and time into your strengths, into something you actually love doing and are the best at, rather than focusing and spreading yourself too thin and just giving 20% of effort into the things you're actually the most powerful in. And this is so important because people always forget, and they think, oh, I have so many weaknesses, I have to cover up here and here and here and there. But then they get lost in that. They just spread themselves too thin and never even have energy to actually master their skills, master their natural talents. And this is very sad. Now, visionary change makers are also people who don't need to wait until all the details are in front of them. If they see their mission and they have a big plan, they have maybe a macro vision for their life, and they know, okay, in front of me a couple choices, I can do this and this. This is already something I can try and test. This is my hypothesis maybe. Or I can see one step in front of me, and they just go and take that one step, and then another step is going to open in front of them. Of course, the more strategic they will get, the more likely they're going to achieve their goals, right? But they don't need to know every single detail, right? They don't need to be paralyzed as many of us do when we actually don't know and think, oh, how am I going to deal with that? Like, so I'm an entrepreneur now. I started my own business. There's so many things I just didn't know that are going to jump on me, and I'm figuring them out. I'm surviving. I'm successful right now. And I wish that to every single one of you. And that's possible. Now, this is also people who think about their life holistically, right? It's not just about career. It's not just about feeling financial security. It's also about showing up for your family, showing up for your friends, having time for yourself, right? This is people who know that in order to maintain their drive, their energy, to truly be happy and just give as much as of the best of themselves to the people, they actually need to take care of themselves. They cannot just go on low battery level all the time, because they're just not going to be as effective, right? Nobody's going to feel that vibe and actually connect with them to the level they actually want. So this is really a big part of my philosophy, and I help I try to spread it to the minds of all of my clients, because that's possible. You don't have to be like I in corporate world. I have to be working so many hours, and it seemed necessary at that time, but realistically it's just not sustainable. Okay, so now let's get into maybe the key part of this presentation for which you came here today. And we're going to talk about the 6 keys to finding your life's work. So the key number 1 is to let go of your limiting beliefs and excuses. And you're going to say, well, Anastasia, this is so simple. You don't need to remind me about that and all of that. But I'm going to tell you, no, you have to start with that. And the reason for that is that when we have so much cloud in our head, all of those noises, all of those words saying, oh, I'm too old, this is too late, that degree is going to be so expensive and it's going to take me forever, I'm not good enough, there's so many people who've already started and I'm just going to be the last one, it's not going to work, da, 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 da. Just can you guys relate to that? Maybe put a comment in the chat and say which one of this is speaking to you the most, or like something here that just resonates. Just give me a thumb up, because I know this is something. Oh, somebody's raising a hand. Thank you, Melissa. I'm not good enough. Yep, I don't even know what my passion is. Yes, and people who don't know their passion, you're at the right place. This is what this conversation is about. New degree is too expensive. Yes, thank you guys for sharing. I can totally relate to that. And so living with those beliefs is like being a bird that has its wings tightened up. Can you imagine that bird sitting in like a cage, just cannot fly? I have goose skin right now because I just don't want to be that bird, you know? But isn't the biggest purpose of a bird is actually flying from a place to place? Just think about that. What is a bird that cannot fly? It cannot eat, it cannot feed its children, it can do anything, right? So this is what happens when we put all of those beliefs in our hand. We're preventing ourselves to be us. And how does this work? So sometimes in order to gain something new, in order to create it in our life, we first need to create space for it. We need to declutter, right? To remove all of the trash around our apartment, like clean it up, get old beliefs and fears away, just destroy them, replace them with new beliefs, right? Overcoming the fear and gaining confidence would actually help you to become free. And it would be one of the first steps to align yourself with your purpose, because now you would have more space to even notice things, to just digest them in a different way, to look in the world as the world of opportunities rather than the world of closed doors. And I want to share this success story of one of my dear clients. And she's an incredible person who, unfortunately, when she was a teenager, heard by her mom that a career of an actress is not really a profession, that this is not a way for her or anybody to earn for a living. And even though she was so artistic, so creative, so bright, and just like a sunshine person, she believed in what her mom told her. And for quite a few years, actually over 10 years, she didn't think that that was possible. And at some point we started talking, and she shared that she was going through a big depression, and she was in a condition of almost dropping off college because she felt like this is not a degree she wanted. Of course, she took something safe and not really connected to anything artistic. And she felt like, okay, I just lost and at pain. And we had a few discussions, and one question that actually struck her the most, and I want to share it with you, was how would your life change if you just wouldn't have a belief that a career over profession as a career of an artist is not a profession? And she told me that at that moment, she felt like a giant bag of something, maybe like, I don't know, potatoes, heavy weight just fell off her shoulders. She felt like, oh yeah, how would my life change? Oh, hell yeah. I would just see the world from a different prism. I could now try things, I could do things, I could breathe. And it was a big moment. And now, fast forward, she has gotten into a short movie. She's taken some courses, she's dancing. She was even thinking to move to the US and get some new degree because she's just now seeing the world completely differently. Okay, now let's move into the key number 2, and for you to discover your life's work. And it is about understanding who you truly are and discovering your why. And why do we need to start with that? Well, okay, I want to ask you to imagine yourself in a jungle on a giant island, right? And there are trees around you, maybe crocodiles, but you know you want to get up to the shore because there you can ask for help. But you're completely lost, you're isolated, and you feel like, okay, I don't know what to do. But all of a sudden, luckily, you step onto a map and you look at the map, you definitely see the shore, but you have no idea where you are. So looking at that map is like reading a Chinese diary, right? It doesn't help you in any way because you cannot even locate yourself. Just imagine like when you're trying to get to, like, I don't know, some restaurant, and then GPS is asking you, okay, where do you want to go? But it's also asking you, what's the starting point? So same in your life. You cannot get to where you want to be without knowing where you are right now, right? Who you are, what are your roots, what's your nature, like what's truly, how are you made, right? And right now I want to do a quick exercise. So I want each of you to pause for a second and remember a time in your life when something so big was happening for you, something so important that you knew there was no other way, no other choice than just going and making it happen. And maybe you even had all the challenges, all the obstacles, everything was against you. And something still pushed you to actually go and do it. Like I had to come move countries to make it happen, right? So what was that time? Maybe some of you can give me an example. What was that biggest reason that helped you to actually move from, oh, I don't know, and it needs to happen, to actually making it happen? Maybe at least one example. I see fear that if they, what if there is no safety net? Moved out at 21. Yep, sometimes, well, if you moved out at 21 and, well, there are probably some things you can do right now, right? And you would need to think about first, what is it that you even want, and do baby steps. Of course, you need to cover yourself to feel secure and start creating opportunities for yourself to do something more. Maybe get a job that is developing your skills now to get you closer toward what you want later on. Be strategic about it. So I'm seeing, I lost a comfortable job and knew it was time for a big change. So I moved to a new city. That is amazing. Thank you for sharing, Amanda. So this is an example. Maybe in a big city, there was more opportunities to stumble upon something you wanted, right? Maybe some of you will say, if you only wouldn't do it that time, the doors would close. I would never be able to do this. Or some of you will say, well, I only was the person who could do this, right? Maybe I had the skills to save that person, to help them right there at the moment, because maybe I was the only doctor at the situation, right? I'm seeing something else. People are saying, I wanted to expand my happiness, yet remove myself from toxic environment. So I moved out of my parents' house at 21. Sorry for present. Okay, no worries. So thank you for sharing this story. This is very brave of you. I really, I'm impressed. This is amazing. So thank you for sharing this. Caring for my mother when she was diagnosed with cancer. Oh goodness. Thank you for for sharing that as well. Yes, so sometimes we are the people who can only do that, and nobody else can. We just know we need to. And so why am I talking about this? Our why is the fuel. Our why is the reason that gets us going. So imagine a plane that's coming from Moscow to Chicago, and if that plane has two pilots, all of the passengers, Even the navigation system, they have a map, right? They even know where located, but they don't have a fuel, right? That plane would never take off. So you may look at the big goal of yours, but you like, I don't know, that goal looks so big and I'm just gonna wait for another few years. Right? How many of you can relate to that? And that's because maybe it's not fully aligned with your deepest why. And how does this work? So here's an example. Of course, there are many ways to discover your why, and the list I'm going to give you is definitely not a comprehensive list. This is just a few simple questions that you can ask yourself in order to get going. So first of all, you need to slow down and look inside, not outside, and ask yourself, okay, what truly, truly drives me more than anything else, right? What are my core values? What's my foundation in life? What is something I will never compromise with, right? What ideas have come to me so intensely and maybe so repeatedly? Like for me, it was like, I want to be a coach. I've been dreaming about this for 10 years and now I'm doing it full time, but I wanted to do this for so long, right? What key decisions and fears have brought you to where you are today, right? What happened along the way? And analyze that. What dreams scare you the most? Some of you maybe even have a hint of what you truly want, but you're so afraid. And sometimes the dream itself may not necessarily need to come true, but maybe it will give you an idea of a direction. Maybe there's something inside of the dream. Maybe it's related to your hobby or like lifestyle that you want to have, that you still will find a way to bring at least some of that into your life. This is all hints, and this is just a starting point. So why does this work? When you know what truly drives you and why it matters to you so much, you feel just more inspired and motivated because you're aligned with your genuine self. And I'm not going to talk much about this more, but as you can tell, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be working so much. I wouldn't be moving countries and coming into tennis after a year and a half from quitting, right? If it wouldn't be for a bigger purpose. Now, let's talk about the key number 3. Focus on your absolute strength and unique talents. And what do I even mean by strengths? So I want to give 2 definitions because it's just so important. So the first one comes from a book, Strengths Finder, which I recommend each of you to read, written by Tom Rath. And he is defining strengths as the ability to constantly provide a near perfect performance. And you don't just happen to have that strength. The strength is based on your talent, which is a natural way of thinking, feeling. It's just something in you, like that just comes to you naturally, right? Multiplied by an investment of time, knowledge, skills. You build it towards, you master your talent in order for it to become a skill and then a strength. Does it make sense, that journey? So, and also there's another definition by Deloitte, by my consulting company. And they say that a strength is something that energizes you, something that you would choose to do if you were given 24/7 access to anything you wanted, right? Something that just like you would feel passionate and easy to do. You just like have fun with it, right? This is your strength. And of course there are other definitions, but I just absolutely love those 2 because they just hit it home. And all of this is opposed to weaknesses. So weaknesses is something that just takes your energy away. Like for me, it's taxes or like legal paperwork. I just like, and even if I'm a detail-oriented person, super detail-oriented person, which is kind of my strength, but in this context, it's absolutely my weakness because I just can't stand all of this. And now I have an accountant who's helping me to actually take care of the taxes on all of the like bookkeeping stuff, because it just, why would I spend that much time on something rather than helping others to actually figure out their life, which is my strengths, right? Now, to give you more perspective, for Gallup's research, you have a greater chance of success if you stick to your core strengths and natural talents. You would be 3 times more likely to report having excellent quality of life. 3 times. Just think about that. 6 times more likely to be engaged at work. 8% more productive, and even 15% less likely to quit your job, just if you were to focus on your strengths and natural talents. Isn't it crazy how much more we could be doing? Unfortunately, so many people forget about this and they don't follow the golden Pareto rule. And Pareto rule is about 80-20 percentage. Like, you know, in economics, maybe 101, you learned about all of the wealth in the world is distributed. Like 80% of wealth sits among 20% of the richest people. Now people say it's among 1% of people, but you get the idea, right? Same in your life and with your time and energy and your effectiveness and your happiness. Why do you need to focus on your strengths? To sum it up, it will help you achieve much more. It would help you to impact more people, make a greater contribution, and it's just in general would be easier for you. You would enjoy yourself way more, so it would be more fun of a journey. I want to give you an example of course, well-known J.K. Rowling, who even at the age of 6 was already writing short stories at the age of 6. And now imagine at the age of 30, she was a secretary at a job that she hated, and she felt like she was the least suited person to do because her attention to detail and just her fear of mess up. There was just like so much fear, and like she couldn't keep up with that. And she was kind of pretending she's good at the job, but she hated it, right? And here she started writing Harry Potter on a train when she was going somewhere, and she gave herself a chance. This story I love so much because she's a person who started to hone on her strengths and her imagination when she could have given up on that and say, well, maybe it's meant to be, maybe I'm going to forever stay in this survival mode and just doing what's needed for my family. But no, she couldn't stop herself. She started to write, and now that message, those stories changed the lives of millions of people, and not only kids, even adults and parents. Just think about that. This is the kind of leadership I'm talking about. And I'm seeing some messages coming in. Let me just take a quick look. Same. How do you figure out the natural talents? I have no passion for anything. Oh my gosh, thank you for sharing that. Well, that's a big question, and I hope you're going to get some glimpse of that on this call. Now, let's go into the key number 4, which is understanding the difference between the mission, the vision, and goals, and how can passion play a role here. So a mission is your biggest why. It's a mission and a purpose. You can put a slash there, right? It's the biggest drive of yours. And for me, it is helping people, aspiring leaders or current leaders, to align with their purpose so that they can actually make the most impact and maximize their potential. And my vision is more through what? What are the hows, the biggest strategies, the ways to make that vision mission come true. So for me, it is through one-on-one coaching, through group coaching programs, through public speaking event like this where I can share and inspire people, right? Through also working with entrepreneurs who have a purpose, who want to help others, to helping them scale their business. This is through my ways of making my mission come true, right? And now, what are the goals? So goals are more shorter term or longer term milestones that may change along the way. This is the area which is going to adjust and pivot, like right now in this uncertainty time, right? While the mission and your vision may not change as much. Vision might be even, but like mission usually stays. And again, if it changes all the time, maybe you're still exploring, which is totally fine. We're human, we're exploring, it takes time. Now, how does passion and values play a role? And I just maybe want you to take a screenshot of this slide because I love it so much. And I put together this framework to simplify it for you. So the passion is a magic sauce, I call it, that helps you to keep going and make your whole life sustainable. If you put passion in every single level of your life, you will feel so much more driven, even at the times of doubt, at the time of challenges. It will be just more possible for you. And if you think about your values, like for me, it's family, right? It's ability to spend quality time, it's my health, it's helps of my parents, it's time with my parents and all of that, right? More values. And if I can't sustain them, if I'm going to miss out on that, then my life is going to break down as puzzle pieces, right? It's just, I'm not going to be happy here and there. And of course, we cannot get all of this immediately. It takes time, but as long as we prioritize it and we see the big picture and we walk towards that, we're more likely to get there. And I'm just going to remind you that so many of us, and not even remind you, just relate to so many of you, maybe even raise a hand if you have ever experienced that. You go towards a big goal, maybe it was a new job or some big promotion, or I don't know, buying an apartment or house or car, whatever it was, maybe getting a degree, and all of a sudden you go towards the goal, you feel on purpose, you achieve it, and you feel empty. you feel like a decline in your energy. You feel like, oh gosh, I don't like what now, right? And for some of you, the reason for that is that that goal maybe was a good goal, but it wasn't really connected to your biggest why. It was kind of like a little bit artificial, or it just kind of, you felt forced. You feel like you had to do this, maybe sometimes not, but with some goals it's like that. And when you have a bigger vision, a bigger purpose, those opportunities, those things happen less and less to you. And it's just this phrase that I love: there's nothing sadder in life than climb a mountain, sit on top of that mountain, and realize that that was the wrong one. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm going to ask you, are you climbing the wrong mountain right now? And if yes, maybe drop a yes in a chat, or if you can you relate, maybe you have sometime walked the wrong mountain. People saying same. I have been working on my vision. It has taken me 2 years to actually pull the trigger, because sometimes life gets in the way and you end up being in survival mode. But just because you put it on hold, the goal's still there. Yes. Sometimes it just takes a bit more time to get that goal. Exactly, that it does. If you really want, you will. Thank you so much for sharing that. Just makes my heart melting. I'm looking for the mountain currently. Yay, you're at the right place. I have been, but spent 3 years finding the right mountains. Well, 3 years is quite a long time. It's not too long, but it's a significant amount of time. So I'm hoping this is going to help you. Yes, round mountain. Goodness, thank you guys for sharing. Yes, for long, too many round mountains, guys. Thank you so much for sharing. I can totally relate to you. Let's now be wiser and take this opportunity to choose mountains a little bit, be a little bit more strategic with that. Okay, moving on to the key number 5, which is understanding where and how you can make the most impact. And how does this work? First of all, think about the key, maybe ideal people you truly care, or you would love to work with, collaborate with, or just relate to, right? Somebody that inspires you, or you just feel like, oh, I just want to take care of them, or I know, just they need help. Or maybe it's a person like you who is struggling right now or struggled in the past, and you could help people in a similar situation overcome the challenges that you have overcome, right? I'm having a good skin right now because I'm definitely helping people in the way I always wanted somebody to help me. And think about what is the specific causes that you feel the most connected to, you care most about. Think about where can you make the biggest difference by utilizing your biggest strengths and talents, right? Everything, it accumulates everything we talked about. And why is this step important? Well, where you are unique, and each of us is unique. And I believe that every single one of us have a certain gift inside of us. And this gift just can't wait to be shared, can't wait to be noticed, and just used by other people in a way that helps them. And us not sharing that gift is actually preventing others from having a better life. I'm having good skin again because it's so important. I believe in it so much. So we can all start a ripple effect by just letting ourselves be ourselves, right? And you need to feel inspired finding this and understanding where can you make the most impact. It will help you to keep going. It will help you to align with yourself and make something big happen longer term. I put together this formula for creating an impact at scale because I just want you to take home something that just you can remember, right? So in order to really scale the magnitude of the things you can achieve, right, you need to focus on your unique talents, include your values in your life system, right? Don't neglect things, actually care about them. You need to define what is the need, who here actually wants something that I have that they don't, what is the demand that exists that I can actually have supply for, right? What's my passion, right? How can I connect all of this with my bigger vision? And remember one of the first slides when I talked about action? None of this would be possible if your action equals 0. So for some people, it is even -10 because they're like, no, I will never do that, right? So your action really is important. And this is the way to actually make things happen. The personal example is me personally, by empowering leaders and visionaries to maximize their potential at scale and scale their impact, I maximize my own potential. And I help the world in a much greater level just by being me, rather than sitting in a cubicle and actually just doing things I'm actually also pretty good at, but not as excited or driven. There's none of my heart was there fully. Now, key number 6, and we're going to be wrapping this up. It's going beyond what you think you can and focusing on what you truly want. And this might be the tough one to bite because we all have so many things to say against and but and what and how, right? But how does this work? Most people, this is the truth, they never fulfill their dreams, not because they fail at something, but because they dismiss their dreams and goals too early without even trying too hard or pursuing their dreams all the way. And raise a hand if it's you. Raise a hand if you had a big idea or a dream and you felt like, gosh, no, no way I can do this, or maybe not now. 100% somebody is saying, well, guys, this is a curse. This is a curse of so many people. Jen is raising a hand. Thank you guys for sharing. So to think, why do you need to think beyond current limitations? Well, because if we are to stay stuck with them, we're confirming that somewhere down the road, we have adjusted the way we are expressing ourselves. We perceive need of doing what we have to do, kind of. Nobody even told us that we have to, but we decided we have to do that, right? Sometimes we are told, but a lot of times we just assume we have to. And we just decided to, okay, play safe. Just do it kind of this way. But along the way, we may have lost something important. We even lost a thought that, oh my gosh, I can actually think about what I want. Like we sometimes even forget that we even can. And we not only can, we should. We would feel so much different and we would help more people if we were to be ourselves. And so what is it that you think we lost? We lost our full self-expression and being our full self. And I'm going to give you a quick story. About a year and a half, 2 ago, I was sitting completely burned out at a job, and after all of that travel, I felt like I don't know if I have any hobbies anymore because I was working so much. I didn't know if that spark, if that my desire to help people so much was still my real desire, if what was just a simple idea, illusion, kind of like a self-defense to kind of say, yeah, I wanted something, or was it a true thing? And one day I kind of started crying, and I sat down and just brought my big notebook, and I said, okay, I'm just gonna write all of the things I know I make sense for me and I enjoy. And I just said, I've written in a paper, I said, hi Anastasia. Well, I said hi Nastya because it's my Russian short name. And I have this visualization of shaking my own hand and saying, hi, hello, it's me. Can you guys feel it? And so that was the time I said yes to myself. And I want all of you to say that hello, to say yes. I'm again just feeling it. I don't know how you guys feel, but I just feel this is so powerful. And so this is a quick example of one of my clients who is an incredible coach and also a comedian, and who, when we were in at the training in New York, it was one of our last team dinners, and somebody said that he actually wanted to get on stage, but in all of this half a year, he never got on in any stand-up. And I'm like, what? This is impossible. So I told him, we're gonna make it happen. And of course he said, no, I'm not ready, no. And I said, okay, you take care of what you can, which is your speaking, right? I take care about the stage. And you guys won't believe it, but in 48 hours, we found a stage on Broadway. I just made a few calls. I don't know any people who are in comedy, just the true fact. But I made it happen, and he made it happen. He showed up and killed it. And he was speaking actually among people who are on HBO, on Netflix, and in other shows. He just believed that he can, and he made it happen. So I just want each of you to know that it's possible for you too, if you just believe in yourself a little bit more than you do right now. Okay, so we kind of got into the conclusion, and thank you guys so much for sticking in, for listening. I really love your energy. I'm really grateful we were able to spend this hour. Let me just recap real quick what we talked, and let's get into the gift too. So today I hope you learned something, And one of the things we talked about is about what is it that is missing if you have everything on the outside, but still believe you're meant for something bigger. And that something was a clear, inspiring vision, if you remember. We talked about the key signs of being ready to replace an unfulfilling, limiting job with purposeful work, right? We talked about the two most important qualities of visionary change makers that differentiate them from scared professionals who don't commit to their dreams. And those two qualities were, first, remember the clarity about what is it that they want, why is it they want it, how they're going to get there, and also actions. Actions is everything. And then we also talked about the 6 principles and the mindset for finding your life's work. And now here is a quick recap of the 6 keys. If you want to take a screenshot of that, if you want to remember this, please do. I'm not going to go through them again. And now it's absolutely up to you. And I just want to tell you that you have 2 choices now. One, you can choose to stay where you are, maybe stuck, maybe scared and unclear, and maybe at a job that doesn't really inspire you. And it's fine if somebody needs more time. But some of you actually don't want to do that. They're like, no, it's time. I actually want to take action and invest in my self-discovery and actually change my life in a direction I truly want. And I want to ask you, do you truly want to live in alignment with who you truly are while making a real impact and maximizing your potential? Please maybe say yes, or does it hit home when I say that? Can you show step 6 again? Yes, I'm going to show the steps a little bit later when we finish all of the slides, if that works. Are you looking to find your life's work, your passion, and your purpose? Would you love to have higher confidence that you can actually do the things you love while making income? If you say yes, please let me know, because I would love to help you. And today is your opportunity to maybe take one baby step, one tiny bit step towards all of that. And that step is very simple. You can at least have a conversation with me. Get on a phone and just talk through all of that and see what's possible for you. And this is a completely free call, and I just want to help you. And during this call, we're going to discuss where you are today versus where you truly want to be. How can you overcome your biggest challenges? How to make your dreams your new reality, right? This is not for everyone, though. This is for people who feel limited and stuck right now in their job. It's for people who know deep inside that they're meant for bigger, more impactful things. This is for people who are so fed up with their current situation, they absolutely can't deal with this anymore. And they know something has to go, something has to adjust. And they are ready to replace their job with a meaningful and fulfilling work that's meaningful for themselves. I don't know what it is. You may not know it yet, but you will find out. This is for people who want to figure it out and they just can't wait for it. Right? And also this is for people who are decisive and action takers. This is not for people who are just gonna wait and chew on this. This is your chance. Do it now if you want. This is just a baby step. And this is not for people who would rather have a job that gives them a paycheck without the true meaning, right? If you're a person who is just not ready, maybe not right now, maybe you're just not at the right mindset, the timing doesn't work, that's also fine. You can wait, come back to me later, or just do it on your own. That's also fine. I know some people will watch this and think, oh my God, now I have a clear blueprint. I know what I need to do. And maybe you are, just go and do it. And maybe you even have an accountability system around you, which I would love to offer to you. But if you have it, that's amazing, right? And some of you are not in a rush and want to spend more years where you are. And that's also okay. I'm talking to people who are ready now. And you will ask me, why, Anastasia, do you do this for free and just what? And I'm going to tell you, well, I'm just following my purpose. I want to help as many leaders as possible to maximize their potential and make a greater impact. And I believe that if we all use our unique gifts, remember we talked about them, our superpowers, in the most impactful way, we can change the world. And this is what I believe in. This is what I'm going after. My goal is to help you create clarity and the plan around finding the clarity and also overcoming limiting beliefs and mindset blocks that you may have. I'm also going to give you strategies and tools that you would need to make your vision come true, actually. So if all of this resonates, if this is you, oh my God, just please do go through this link, and let me even put this in a chat. You can just set up, oh my gosh, I think I just shut it down. Okay, let me do it again. So this is a link. I'm gonna copy this and put it in chat if you want to set up this call with me, because I would absolutely love to do that and connect with you and see what is it that your situation, what's possible for you, right? You can be completely honest how hard it is, how difficult it is, and let's just see what's possible. And so this is a link. My dear friends, I'm so happy we spent the whole hour. I'm just so happy. I'm gonna go back to that slide that you guys are asking me about for the 6 keys, and just please let me know if you have any questions. Okay, now this is free for all. It's open for you. If you have any thoughts, concerns, questions, put them in a chat. Let's talk. Okay, I think this is the slide you guys are asking me about. You can take a screenshot. You can read it again. Okay, the main I needed to sign up. Oh, the mailman. Okay, so Salone, I was just talking about the opportunity to sign up for a free conversation with me if you wanted to take a baby step towards understanding what your personal life's work is at this uncertain time. So I just posted this link in the chat, so feel free to click on that. And guys, just let me know how it was for you. Did you learn something? Just I don't know what was the best, the most interesting tip maybe you learned, or something maybe has changed in you. How was it? This has been so uplifting, especially during this uncertain times. Oh my gosh, thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate you saying that. Yes, this will be archived, not archived, but I'm going to be giving a 48-hour access to this recording, so you can watch it on a replay. You miss 100%. Yes, somebody's saying you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Exactly. If you don't take an action, you will miss your opportunities. Sometimes it's the timing is also important. Thank you so much. I love your energy and passion. Thank you guys. I really appreciate this. Just makes me really happy. You guys been a great audience. If you don't have any question, that's fine. You can also email me. I'm gonna give you my email, Anastasia at Tripolskaya.com. Anastasia, okay, that's correct. You can email me later, just share maybe in a week or a few days and tell me how was it, right? What maybe has changed in some time, of something you kept thinking over time and you're like, oh, this is still true for me. Your why statement about the airplane was awesome. Oh, thank you for sharing. This is great to know. Yeah, I just really love that analogy because like it was true for me. Like I like moving countries by myself with no like my family is very simple. It's not like we didn't have money. I couldn't pay for education. Like we have I have very loving family and truly incredible opportunity to just I don't know grow the person I am. But I didn't have an opportunity to afford that education, right? So if I wouldn't jump on the train, I just wouldn't be talking to you today. I just know it by fact. And this is so powerful, and I just yeah thank you for sharing that it resonates, because it's definitely a big part of who I am, just taking action and using the opportunities around me and creating opportunities actually also. Like sometimes it's the mind that's standing and stopping us. It's not the challenges actually from the outside, it's our mind that's blocking us from seeing the opportunities. And we just need to work on that mind, right? Tell ourselves that it's possible to actually let me just turn on the camera. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm gonna stop sharing for now and just I don't know if you have any more questions, thoughts, feedback. I am all happy to hear it. Hey. Should have turned it on earlier and just you guys would see my face. Yeah, you guys been a great group. I'm gonna stay for another couple minutes and then you guys can go and live your life. And thank you again. It was a fun hour for me. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, you guys are welcome. Thank you. Thank you. How would your life change without those limiting beliefs? Great thought. Yes. Thank you. No tech savvy. That's okay. You'll get there. I know you will, girl. Thank you so much, Katie Saint. You guys are very welcome. You guys are a great group. I missed the end. I might need you to repeat, but I will book a call. Thank you. Yay. How long have you been doing this for now? Thank you, Nastya. You're very good at inspiring people. Thank you, Vinera. I love you. You're so kind and wonderful. Yuli is saying that was very inspiring. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Oh, I see. This was Vinera said it privately. Thank you. So how long have I been doing this? So I've been coaching and mentoring and just talking to people in a way that just is helping them to change their mind for at least 10 years. This is just who I am. This is my personality. I just can't shut up talking about all of this stuff. And I don't know. I changed my life completely a couple times when I quit tennis and then came back to tennis, when I left corporate to start my own business. And now being a business owner and doing this full time is just in a whole new level. So now I'm doing it more and more of this for last year and a half. But before that, it was kind of like on the side here and there. It's kind of like, I don't know. Now I'm letting my nature to step out and just, I don't know, share my gifts with people. Thank you for your question. I hope it answers. Do you guys have more questions? Oops, didn't know. Okay, I think, yeah, Venera, there is a button. It says to, and then you can click everyone. So now I see another private message from you, but it's okay. It says, great job, good luck. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you for joining. Do you guys have any more questions, any thoughts, any reactions? I see some of you are still staying. Okay, then if there are no questions, I'm just so happy. Thank you again for all of this happiness from me to share my gifts with you. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you need anything from me. There's my email in the chat. There's a link to sign up for a call with me. I would be more than happy to just give you this opportunity and see what's possible. And I'm wishing you all the best. Be yourself, find yourself, share your gifts with the world, and just be. It's absolutely possible for you to create a life you want if only you let yourself do it. Don't be your own obstacle. Don't. Go after it. Go after your dreams. Be yourself. Do what you love. Okay, guys. Thank you, Monday saying, and look forward to chatting with you soon. Yay! I'm having a call. Thank you, guys. And till next time.